Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Brian here, the UK Bitcoin Master. Great to be with you. Today is Monday the 13th of August 2018 and I hope you're all having a fantastic day. As always, I post a couple of videos a week with regards to Bitcoin for beginners. That is why this show is called the Bitcoin for Beginners show. And I've got a couple of topics for you all today if you're relatively new to the space. Before that, as always, have a strong hand, buy, hold, get onto your hardware device and delay gratification. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is a buy, hold, be patient savings scheme and a savings plan like you've never ever seen or experienced before. As always, please follow me on Twitter at UKBitcoin Master. You can also follow me on Steemit at Buzz27, DTube at Buzz27. And with that, I've got a question if anyone can answer it. When I set my Steemit account up, I set it up without really knowing what I was doing, and it doesn't suit my brand, the UK Bitcoin Master. And I want to know if anyone knows out there if there is a way to bring that my current Steemit account in line with the UK Bitcoin Master on YouTube and Twitter. And if not, if there's a way I can decommission one and start a new one to get the brand right, or run another one alongside where I can link it to the other one so people don't assume I'm new to Steemit and they can see that I've been on quite a long time. If anybody can help me with that, I would greatly appreciate some kind of feedback. Okay, so that is that. What do I want to talk about today? Okay. We keep hearing about the halving, the halving's coming around. So what I want to do with you all is I want to sort of try and help you all to understand that halving so you've got a better understanding of why it's so important. So what I've done here is I've put up a chart, as you can see there, and hopefully you can see my mouse moving. And what you'll see here down this line, if I'm reading this correctly, and if I'm not, somebody's bound to put me right on this, trust me. It says that on the 3rd of January 29, Genesis block established. I'm assuming that's the first Bitcoin was created, okay? And so here we are. And then as we moved along, as you can see, 50 new Bitcoin created every 10 minutes, okay? So 10.5 million Bitcoin created between the 3rd of January 09 and the 28th of the 11th 12. And then we have this halving, and what it actually means is once the halving's taken place every 4 years, instead of 50 new BTC created after the halving every 10 minutes, it's only 25 created every 10 minutes. So you can see that again over the 4-year period, instead of 10.5 million produced, it's 5.25 million produced. So then as we come up to the halving of the 9th of July 2016, there we are again. After that point, only 12.5 new full Bitcoin are created every 10 minutes. And again, you can see there over 4 years, 2.65 million produced over the 4 years. So if we go back to the first one, 10.5 million produced, 5.25, then we got 2.625 million. And then obviously we've got at some point in mid 2020, we've got the next halving coming up, where instead of 12.5 Bitcoins produced every 10 minutes, that's going to drop to 6.25. So what that means is as every 4 years goes on, and according to Satoshi Nakamoto's vision, that will keep halving every 4 years, it means that Bitcoin is getting scarcer and scarcer and scarcer because less is being produced and more is being purchased and then stored away on devices. So therefore, when you've got no more produced, or you've got a lack of it out there, lack of supply, but demand keeps rising for it, people will pay more for a Bitcoin. So when we look at these 4-year blocks, of course, we can see that by 2024, okay, and this is why we keep going on about think 2020, think 2024 if you're younger than me, you can see that it's going to halve again. So there'll be 3.125, I believe, per 10 minutes, but only 1.3 million produced until we hit that finite 21 million mark, when there'll never be any more Bitcoin produced. But let's now come back and look at the price of Bitcoin as we've moved through the 3rd of January 2009, I'm sorry, up to say 2024, which is, 15 years. So we started down here and Bitcoin's worth not even $1. And then we get to the first halving, and according to this chart, it's worth maybe about $12 at this point. Okay, we've got the ups and downs, the highs and the lows, and then we get to this point where Bitcoin, where it halves again, you can see $12 up here. At the next halving, it's worth over $600. At the next halving, if this continues as it has over the previous 9 years, you can see that according to this, one Bitcoin could be worth, looking at the chart, maybe $80,000. And then by 2024, according to this steady green line, it could be worth $1 million. Now, none of us know if that's going to happen. But look at the charts, follow the charts. With all the highs, with all the crashes, it is still in an upward trend. And this is why we're trying to get you guys to buy and hold and wait it out, because you stand to make fortunes. None of us know what's going to happen. One Bitcoin is always going to be worth one Bitcoin. Don't measure your Bitcoin in, pounds, in dollars, in euro, in yen. Measure it in Bitcoin, because as we go forward, there's a high chance that we will trade in Bitcoin. You'll be able to buy a Satoshi, which is a fraction of a Bitcoin, just like a penny is a fraction of a pound. That's going to happen. So what you want to do is value your wealth in Bitcoin. So this every 4-year halving, I wanted to sort of put a visual up to help you all to understand it a little bit more, and hopefully this does. And if this graph continues to go up, and we're talking at this point here, because all these lines down are the 4-year halvings, if we talk at this point here, we're looking at a Bitcoin being over $1 million. But what about the next 4 years? One Bitcoin could be worth $10 million. None of us know. But isn't that exciting? The possibility. So do you want to start trading your Bitcoin and then losing it? Do you want to trade it? It goes up. You think it's starting to go down and it's hit its top. So you sell it. And then instead of it going further down and you wait to buy lower, it does a U-turn and climbs again and you price yourself out of your Bitcoin. You're mad if you do that. Don't do it. So buy Bitcoin. Set up a monthly amount if that's all you can do, but accumulate Bitcoin and then wait for these halvings to take place. What else do I want to talk to you about? Well, if you're going to accumulate your Bitcoin, what you don't want to do is you don't want to leave it on an exchange. So you need, I keep knocking this microphone. You want to get it onto a hardware device where you hold the private keys, so you own the Bitcoin. It's not left on an exchange, and we know from previous videos and previous commentators that exchanges can most definitely be hacked and you can lose your Bitcoin. So what I wanted to do is just put a couple of visuals up again as to what you can use to store your Bitcoin securely. And the first one is the Ledger Nano. Whoops, hang on, where's that gone? There's the Ooh, there's the Ledger Nano there, if you can see it on my picture there. It's a tiny little thing. I don't know if I've got a better picture there. Yeah, there it is, a Ledger Nano. It's almost like a thumb drive or a USB drive, I'm sorry, but it's encrypted, okay? So the Ledger Nano is one of the two top wallets. But my absolute favourite, without a doubt here, is the Ledger. What's wrong with me today? The Trezor. I mean, the Trezor's an amazing bit of kit. I've got two of them. When I first got it, I was scared to death of using it, but now I know how to maneuver my way around it. It's a beautiful little device that you connect to a computer. It's all secure because you've got to put in a random pin that changes every single time, which means it's massively difficult for it to be hacked. They're great little devices. They're minute, tiny devices, as you can see here. Now, when I first bought my Trezor, it was £109. But of course, as this whole crypto space grows, they're going to come down and down in price. And it's now down, this is Amazon, to £73. Can I encourage you, if you're going to own a Trezor, and Trezor is the only one that I recommend. I've never used a Ledger Nano. I really like the Trezor, so it's the one that I can help people with, and I would advise you to get. Can I encourage you? We want to help this whole space grow. So instead of buying it from somewhere like Amazon, can I encourage you to buy it from cryptocurrency traders, where you help the crypto community? And there's a company out there called cryptohwwallet.com. There's a link in the notes sections below. You can get one from them, and you actually help the crypto space. You can pay for it in Bitcoin, and this is the bit, if you're new, that you've got to sort of start to grasp. We're so early in the space, but just imagine being able to buy a house and pay with Bitcoin. Going in and buying a car, will you take Bitcoin? It's already happening, guys. You know, you can book holidays with Bitcoin. You can book hotel rooms with Bitcoin. And as the next 2, 3, 5, 8, 10 years go on, there's going to be more and more merchants that will accept Bitcoin. And just imagine where the world's going. And if you hold the root, the Bitcoin, the rock as we call it, oh my God, the situation you potentially stand to be in a decade or less is just absolutely mind-blowing. So my advice, get the Trezor. It's a beautiful little bit of kit. You've got a little window here you can see where my mouse is on the left. It's enlarged it on the right, and that comes up and you press the two buttons. It's very easy to use once you understand it. But your cryptocurrency, then you control it. If your Trezor's not plugged into a computer, it's rock solid safe. When it is plugged in, you've got these random keys. Honestly, if you had Bitcoin valued at £100,000, how would 75 quid for a Trezor, would it be worth getting? And how seriously would you treat your private keys for that 100,000? Well, if you got £100 of Bitcoin, just treat it with the same security as if it were 100,000, because it could be down the road. So to recap, we've talked about the halving. We've talked about getting your cryptocurrency and get it onto a hardware device. Trezor I would highly recommend. Again, in the notes sections below, cryptohwwallet.com is the one that all the leaders, all the commentators seem to recommend to use, and you support the cryptocurrency community. That is the show for today, guys. I hope you got some value from it. If you did, put a note in the comments section below. I really would appreciate it. If anybody can give me any guidance on this Steemit issue, because I'd like to create a Steemit and a D Live account now with all UKBitcoin Master. Like I said, I did it inadvertently when I got going about a year or so ago, and I want to make some changes. And it would be great if Steemit would allow me to change my name to fit you know, to match my brand without having to create a whole new Steemit account. So if anybody can, you know, help me with any guidance on that, reach out to me, please. I'd be really grateful for any help tips you can give. So as always, guys, please like the video, share the video, check out the note sections below. There's always 4 or 5 of my older videos, previous videos that I would encourage you to watch. Check out all the links. Those links are relevant to your education in the ecosystem, the crypto ecosystem. So check out the links. So follow me on Twitter at UKBitcoin Master, at Steemit and DTube, currently at Buzz27. Can you see why I want to change that to get the branding right? Like this video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, bash the bell button. Let's get this message out there. That is it for today, guys. I'll catch you all on Thursday. Have yourselves a great Bitcoin day. Cheers, everyone.